Hey, hey you! I'm Messy Sage here to impart my wisdom. Here to tell you about possible stuff Generation Alpha may have problems with in the future. Gen Alphans are the kids born from 2010 onwards. Now, I am from Gen Z, a Zoomer. And for the longest time, we've always felt like we were the babies. It's so odd to think that people who were born right after the time when Trollface or Rage Comics and Minecraft were starting to peak are now in their teen years. If I feel like an old man now, imagine the millennials. You wanna borrow my denture paste, mate? Like everything else in life, it really is a cycle. Gen Zs are confused about Gen Alphans, millennials cringe at Gen Zs, Gen Xers misunderstand millennials, and boomers complain about everything. I'm not trying to be one of those cranky old men in the future. So I want to be a little more sympathetic of the new generation. For now, I'm not gonna try and understand their norms, lingo, and such, but I will try and predict what could give them headaches in the future from the top of my head, like how overexposure to screen time and political correctness is for my generation. Now on to the problems. 1. Obviously, the climate. My God, does it get hotter and hotter every year. In 20 years, you could properly cremate your millennial grandpa if you just leave his emphysema-infested corpse on the pavement for 69 minutes. Harsher weathers, melted ice caps, and rising sea levels. Dying bees. Imagine having to pay a fee just for breathing oxygen. Wait a minute. Aren't those taxes? War? Each year, it feels like there are new international conflicts. I mean, yeah. Some experts would argue that we are actually in the most peaceful time in history since World War II, and that the media just likes to sensationalize this stuff. But it sure doesn't make it all easier regardless, yeah? I don't know about these boomer politicians, but it feels like they could just stub on their toe and then they'll threaten to rain nukes everywhere. Like, dude, just stop. It's getting cringe. We all know you won't actually do it, like, you won't actually make a decision that'll destroy the entire human race 100 times over in an impulsive, instinctive action just because of your ego, greed, and ignorance, right? Right? Right! Hell, a major part of the Gen Alphans grew up and developed during the pandemic. It kind of exposed how fragile society is in a health perspective. Malnutrition and obesity are seen in all parts of the globe, and for some reason, some even glorify it instead of seeing it as an actual problem. Substance abuse and antibiotic resistance is a real thing, and it's scary. Imagine just drinking some medicine for your runny nose, but then it doesn't heal, but it just gets worse because of a new strain of bacteria in you that's already hyper-resistant to modern medicine, thus making you vomit half your liver instead and giving you a 42-hour erection. I mean, that's an extreme made-up scenario, but you get what I mean. It's all just getting worse and worse with climate change, making illnesses even worse and diverse. Okay, Zoomer! Related to physical health is mental health. Everyone's more sleep deprived nowadays, partly due to increasing demand and encouragement of digital screen time. Also, social media has created a lot of pressures wherein you have to be your best self, or else you'll be thought of as ugly or cancelled. You can choose which is worse. Yes, your typical online bullying will always be there. I mean, it is easier nowadays to just state your unfounded and dumb opinions at people publicly without ever showing your true face and identity facing repercussions. Hey, why are you looking at me? Education. The pressure and high standards of education nowadays, my God. I remember seeing my little cousin who's in 2nd grade having an assignment wherein they have to shoot and edit their own mini vlog. Like, what? Back in my day, the only technology assignments we had were manila paper reports and paint. And now they're making children write their own diss tracks against late 20th century neoliberal capitalism. And information isn't just in schools, it's also at the literal palm of their hands. With the internet, fake news has become so much easier to spread around. And a lot of people from the internet just love to share their takes on matters that they absolutely know nothing about. Why are you looking at me again? Look at the economy, people. It's so unpredictable and unstable once these kids graduate in the future. What are they gonna get? Unemployment and depression, I tell ya. We thought they'd be flying cars, but they're flying their cars off instead. Technology. In a way, with our smartphones and other gadgets, we're cyborgs in a way. all your private memories, banking details, social communication, and nude pics are in this device you won't let go of. What if we took that all away? I mean, you can already see some baby Gen Alphans wreaking havoc once you turn Cocomelon off. As they say, one EMP attack is all it takes to throw everyone back into the Stone Age. A Stone Age with less nature skills and more acne. But I am kind of excited where virtual reality porn will take us though. Another tangent related to this is privacy. Every little detail about us is just taken and surrendered to massive corporations. I can't even make a purchase online without having to state whether my great-grandparents are divorced or not. I mean, just look at social media. Imagine having to grow up as a Gen Alpha knowing that your naked baby pics and fails are online. These kids will be finding more and more stuff to bully each other in the future. I can only imagine these kids having to play Club Penguin 2, but they have to give out their shoe size and ear type first. Now we've talked about technological dependency, but I have something more specific related to it that I'll talk about separately. Robots. I am part of the group of people that believe that artificial intelligence will destroy us all in the future. Look at us. Once robots get to think for themselves, they want us gone. We're slow, sweaty, disgusting, and resource-consuming and destructive. While robots can process 1,000 thoughts in a second, maybe ChatGPT is already planning how to poison our water supply at this very minute. They're already taking our jobs, at least the fun ones, away. In a less extreme case, let's try and think about it. What happens once robots do get to be sentient? Would they demand for rights? And once they demand for human rights, would Generation Alpha take them seriously? If they did, would us Zoomers and Millennials would not take them as seriously because the concept would probably be that absurd to us? Would we be the new Boomers? A new kind of bigot? Would I be called a botophobic or a droid cis? Hey son, did you see what happened to that robot who got assaulted in the news? Oh my god, Dad, you can't just call them that. Robots? You're even using the hard R. See what I'm talking about? Maybe if those robots would look as hot as the one in Ex Machina, I might reconsider. All in all, those are what I personally think the general problems these kids today will face in the future. I'm kind of feeling now what the millennials felt about us Zoomers back then. I wonder which of these problems will strike Gen Alpha the worst. Yeah, maybe I could have expounded on all of these more, yeah. What I am sure of is that whatever problems they may face, they will blame us. But by the time it happens, we'd all be dead by then. But, I don't know. What do I know? Or maybe I'm just a bit too cynical.